here's our test 3. Test 3. Now, there's a bunch of fractions on here, but really the most important thing we want to focus on is our negatives. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. So there's only, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions that have fractions on them. Okay? And so if you don't know your fractions, you could still get, even if you got all of those problems wrong, you could still get a C on the test. But you should know how to do your fractions too, so we're going to be practicing. Alright, so let's get started. Coming all the way from Anaheim is Jessica and A. Disney. Alright, here we go. So, what color do you want to use?
Blue.
Blue, alright. What do we do first?
You make a Dorito Man.
Why do you want to make a Dorito Man?
Because there's, you have a plus and a negative right next to each other.
Right, which means it's a double sign, so we're going to use the Dorito Man for the double sign. Who already knew that?
Me.
Awesome! Okay, good. Now what?
You make the 4, you keep it -4, and then you add negative.
How do we use the Dorito Man?
You take away the plus and the one of the negatives.
Right, the two signs here, positive and negative, means you cover that up with your finger, you get a negative. So, we want to rewrite it, -5, -4. Now what?
You add them.
Well, I want you to tell me how to do it properly, please. With the steps.
Make a scoreboard.
Yeah, make a scoreboard.
You give the villains 5 points and
Villains, the bad guys get 5 points.
And 4 points.
And 4 points.
And then
Which means the final score is?
9. -9.
9 to, not -9. What's the score of the game?
9 to nothing.
9 to nothing, exactly. So that means bad guys win. Boo! Bad guys boo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bad guys win, and then what?
And then you make it negative. You make the answer -9.
-9, you're right. Excellent, excellent. Okay, next. Okay, how do we do number 2?
Okay, so first you circle the double sign, which is the positive and the negative.
Right. So we've got a double sign here, is that correct? Yes, we do it that.
You make a Dorito Man, and
Yes.
you cross off the positive and the negative side.
Good, so we've got a negative. Okay, let's rewrite it. 13, -9. Now what?
And then you do the scoreboard, make a scoreboard.
Make a scoreboard.
And then you put the 13 on the positive side, and then the 9 on the negative.
Instead of saying put a number on the positive side.
On the good guy side.
So good guys score 13.
And then the bad guys score 9.
Right. Okay, what's the final score? 13 to 9, right? So who wins?
Good guys.
Good guys! Yay! Okay. Alright, so we have good guys score 13, bad guys score 9. Good guys win. So how do we find our final answer?
So you do... So it's +4. I mean, you subtract them.
Yeah, we need to subtract them to see how many points they were ahead. So it looks like good guys win by 4. So our answer is?
+4.
+4. Excellent job. Alright, coming in next, we have Akame and Rengoku coming all the way from Tokyo. Alright. So, let's see, what colors do you want to use?
Purple.
What?
Purple.
Sparkle?
Purple.
Oh, purple. I was like, we don't have a sparkle color. Okay, go ahead.
So first we take the, we make a scoreboard, and we put the 8 in the bad guy's side, and the 5 in the good guy's side.
Okay, good.
And then after that, we take the 8.
I'm sorry, it was just so messy. I don't know why I couldn't make it. I was trying to squeeze it on there. So, okay, so bad guys score 8, good guys score 5. What's the final score of the game?
And since bad guys won, it would be -3.
Okay, bad guys won, and they were ahead by 3, so -3. We can subtract those two, right? Okay, go ahead. Number 4.
First we make a scoreboard
Okay, now why don't we need to use Dorito Man here? You're right.
because there's no double signs.
No double sign. Very good. Okay, now what?
We put the
Who
8,
scores?
the good guys,
Good guy score.
8,
Yes. Bad guy score.
9,
Good. Who wins?
bad guys.
Bad guys win by
1 point.
1, so it's -1. Excellent. Okay, number 5.
Okay. First we make a scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
We put the bad guys score 4
Okay, bad guys score 4. Excellent.
and bad guys score again 2.
Bad guys score again 2. Okay. Final score.
That equals, you add that to make 6.
Right, so that means that the bad guys scored a total of 6 points, right?
Yes. So the answer.
Right. So we have a total of 6 points.
So
Okay.
the
Who
answer.
wins?
Bad guys be in the.
Oh, bad guys win. Boo.
Since the bad guys won, we put a minus sign in front of the 6.
Right, so our final answer is -6. Good, okay. And then last one for this team here.
For number
First step.
for number 6, we're gonna make a Dorito Man because there's double signs,
Yeah, double signs there. Don't forget your double signs. All right.
and then that'll turn into a -3.
Turn into -3. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the problem. 10, -5, -3.
And then we're gonna make a scoreboard,
Mm-hmm.
and we put the 10 on the good guy side,
Mm-hmm.
and the 5 and the
Well,
3.
tell me who scores, please.
Good guys score 10,
Right?
and bad guys score 5 and 3,
Yes.
and 5 and plus 3 makes 8.
Okay, so the final score of the game is
10 to 8.
10 to 8. Who wins?
Good guys
Good guys win by how much?
by 2.
By 2, so +2. All right, let's give a hand for that group. Write the integer that represents a loss of 15 pounds. Now, integer means it's going to be a positive or negative number. All right? So, if we lose a certain amount, like 15 pounds, is that positive or negative? You're right. So this is -15. That's all they wanted you to do, was use a number to show, and since it's losing, it's negative. -15. All right, number 8. When Buddy the Elf left the North Pole, the temperature outside was -9. When he arrived in New York City, the temperature had increased by 10. So we can move along the number line for this one, or we could use scoreboard. All right, what was the temperature in New York City? Who thinks they know the answer? Yeah, what do you think it is?
-1.
He says -1.
I mean,
Anybody else?
1.
Positive one?
Yeah.
Positive one, I agree. How'd you do it?
I used like the scoreboard and put the 9 in the minus,
Okay, so yeah, -9, +10.
and then so I subtract.
So good guys score 9, bad guys score 10. Good guys win by 1. Any question?
No.
No questions. That's good. All right, Mickey Mouse coming all the way from Disneyland with Jaden. Let's hear it. Disneyland and his best pal Jaden. Okay. All right. So how do we do number 9?
First there's double signs, so you gotta do Dorito Man.
There are not double signs.
Well, not
We
double
are
signs, but
multiplying, and when we multiply,
I messed
we
up.
use
Dorito Man.
Okay. So what color do you want to use?
Black.
Okay. So since these two numbers are being multiplied, division and multiplication is Dorito. Okay. How do we use that?
We cross out the both negatives,
Cross out both negatives.
which leaves us with positive.
Answer is positive
Positive 16.
16. Awesome. Cool. I think that's correct. I agree. What about number 10?
Alright, so what you gotta do is you have to use Dorito Man.
Mm-hmm.
And since there's a positive 5 and a negative 3, you cross out a 1 negative and 1 positive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you multiply 5 times 3. And since it's a negative, it's negative 15.
Negative 15. I agree. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right, next group, next team. This is going to be, well, actually, it's just going to be you, huh? It's Julian. Come on down, Julian. Julian from Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
All right, Julian. How do we do this problem?
We first we do what's it called, that multiplication, dude.
Mm-hmm. Multiplication, dude.
And then we like put minus and minus, and that gets addition.
Okay, so what are we multiplying that we're using negative and negative?
The 3 and the 1.
Okay, you could do multiplication in any order, but so that would work. But I want you to do left to right, because that's what most people are going to think of on the video. So let's do negative 10 times negative 3 first. Okay, what do you get when you multiply negative times
30. Negative.
Positive what?
Positive 30.
30, good. But don't forget, we haven't multiplied this negative 1 yet. So it's times negative 1. So now what?
And then you use the multiplication dude again, and then you cover up the addition and the subtraction, and then makes it negative, and 1 times 30 equals minus 30.
Very good. Negative 30. How about number 12?
Number 12, you use the Dorito Man on the 4 and 4, and that gets you plus. And after that, you multiply the 4 and 4, and that gets you positive 16.
Yep, positive 16. Very good. I agree. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one is, boy, this is a big group. We got Emo SpongeBob. We got Nathan. We got Candace. We got all these people. All right, come on down. Okay, number 13. Number 13. All right. Okay, what color do you want to use?
Black.
Black. Okay, go ahead.
So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to make a Dorito Man,
Uh-huh.
and then you're gonna see that 15 is positive and 3 is negative.
Yeah.
So you cross out a positive and the negative,
Right.
and then it's gonna be a negative answer.
Okay.
And then now you divide 15, like divided by 3,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll get 5.
Negative 5. I
Yeah.
agree. Excellent, sir. Next. How do we do number 14?
Okay, so you use the Dorito Man, and there's 2 negatives, so you both cover your finger with both on the negative, so you get a positive number. And then 35 divided by 7 is 5. Positive 5.
And by the way, why do we use Dorito Man for these problems? Why do we use Dorito Man here and not Dorito Man on other problems?
Because the D stands for division, and the
Because
M
it's
stands for
division and multiplication. That is correct. Okay, so number 15.
First we divide
Okay.
9 divided by 81.
What do we get?
9.
It's actually 81 divided by 9, but that's okay. Alright, then what?
We get Dorito Man,
Yeah, we need to find out what sign it is. Okay?
and it's negative
Why is it negative?
because 9 is a positive and 81 is a negative.
Alright, there we go. Negative 9. Alright, good job, group. Yeah, okay. Next is going to be Sophie and Caden, coming all the way from Los Angeles. Okay, Sophie and Caden, let's hear it. What color do you want to use?
Purple.
Purple. Alright, now, this is our last assignment, so there's a lot of steps here. What's the first step?
You have to do 2 multiplied by 1.
We have to what?
Do 2 times 1.
Okay, well, why are we doing that?
Because it's multiplication.
Oh, I'm actually okay. I'm wrong. I was thinking about that other assignment. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2. You're right.
And
Multiplying
then-
across. So this is actually remembering from a long time ago from our beginning of the year multiplication. Okay, then what?
You have to do 10 times 5 and you
Which
get
is?
50.
50. Okay, good. And now what?
You have to reduce by
We can reduce. Yeah.
2 over 2.
Okay. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. What do we get?
1 over 25.
1 over 25. Okay.
Marley Duran.
Yes.
Marley. Come on, dear.
Okay, 1 over 25. Now, how do we decide if that's a positive or a negative?
You use Dorito Man.
Okay, so what are the original numbers here?
It's negative and a positive, so it's
Which makes?
negative.
Right, so this 2/50th is negative, this negative 1/25th as well. Everybody have that on their paper? No. Yeah, we all remembered how to multiply? From a long time ago? Okay, dividing. Here we go. Okay, now what?
So first you have to put a 1 underneath the 4.
Okay, so 1 underneath the negative 4 to make it a whole number, right?
Yeah, and then you have to flip the 4 and 3 because we're dividing.
Right, so we change it to the, starts with an R. Anybody? Reciprocal, that's right. So it's negative 4 over 1 and then times
Negative 4 over 3.
negative 4 over 3. Good. So that's our new problem. Negative 4 over 1 times negative 4 over 3. Okay. Which makes
16 over 3.
16 over 3. Okay, positive or negative?
Positive because it's 2 negatives, and if you cover them up, you
Because
get
both of the problems are
negative.
negative. Okay, good. 16 over 3. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can change it to 5 1/3, but I would accept the improper fraction. Okay. All right. Here we go. Good job, group. All right. So let's see. I think we can get number 18 done. Let's try to get number 18 done. Who is that? So that's going to be steak, right? No, eraser. I'm sorry. The eraser person. All right, so eraser's coming all the way from Staples. Staples Center. She's an eraser. All right, eraser. How do we do? Now this is the one from our last homework assignment that's kind of a lot of steps. Okay. How do we do number 18?
So first you're going to look for the least common denominator.
We want to find the common denominator, right? Okay, so what is the common denominator?
21.
Okay, LCM of 7 and 21. Well, if we write out all of our multiples, we will get to 21. All right, what's next?
Then you're going to multiply 6 by 3 because 7 times 3 is 21.
So 6 over 7 times,
3.
yeah, 3 over 3, because we want to get it to 21. So we end up with negative 18 over 21. Hey, now we got a common denominator. Since we're adding and subtracting, we need a common denominator, right? Okay, good. Are we done yet?
No.
No. What do we do now?
Then you're going to times 4 over 21 by 1 over 1.
Say it one more time.
You're going
Oh, times 1 over 1. Yeah, you can. It's going to stay the same. So let's see. 4 over 21 times 1 over 1. 4 over 21. Okay, good.
Then you're going to use the scoreboard.
Okay, scoreboard because we're adding, subtracting. I agree. Okay, so now
18 goes on the bad guy's side.
so bad guys score 18 for the numerator and
4 on the good guys.
good guys score 4. Okay, who wins the game?
Bad guys.
Bad guys win. How many points do they win by?
14.
Right, because we subtract our numbers and we get, so it's negative 14 over 21. Is that our final answer? Is that our final answer, everybody?
Yes.
It is, but it can be reduced. Okay? So we can divide by 7. What am I saying?
Wait, what?
We can divide by 7, and we get negative 2/3. All right, good job.
Oh, what is all that?
All right.
Yeah,
Oh my god, wait, already 5 minutes past.
Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. This is actually the second day. Okay. All right. What color do you want?
Green.
Green. Okay. All right. So what's our first step?
First, we have to make common denominators.
So we're gonna look for the LCM of
8 and 4.
8 and 4. Okay. And what is that?
It's 8.
It's 8. Right. So if we start writing the multiples of 4, we would see we get 8 pretty quickly right there, right? Which is times 2. Right? So therefore, our 1/4 has to be times 2/2. Okay. Is that what you have?
Yes, 1/4
Yeah.
times 2.
So we have the 1/4 times 2/2. Okay, what does that make?
2 eighths.
2 eighths.
And
Hey, that's kind of like how we were multiplying on the do now, except on the do now we did not need a common denominator. So now that we have that, we have common denominators. We've got the 2 and the 3 for our common denominator, right? 8. Okay, so what did you do next?
now we have to make a scoreboard,
Okay,
and the bad guys score 3 and the good guys score 2.
right?
The bad guys won,
Yes.
and
By
by 1 point.
1. So we've got bad guys, so it's negative 1/8. Are we done?
Yes.
Totally done. Awesome. Good job. Excellent. All right. So I didn't have a person signed up for number 20. But is there anybody that figured it out? Number 20 thinks they figured it out? What do you think?
Do you see the answer?
Yeah.
7.
You're right. So how did you do it?
So first I added the 1, 9, and 8, 9.
Okay, I'm going to repeat what he says because he's far away from the microphone. Excellent. First thing he did was add the 1/9 and the 8/9. And what does that make? 1/9 plus 8/9 makes?
1 whole.
Well, it makes, 9/9, right? Which is a whole. Okay, good. Now what?
So then you add the whole numbers, which is 5 and 1. You add that, 6.
Very good. So 5 plus 1 equals 6. And then we also have that whole from right above. So our answer is what, everybody?
7.
You're good. Okay, 7. Cool. Excellent job, sir. Excellent job. I don't remember your code name. What's your code name? Huh? You were just Jaden? No code name.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jaden. Alright, so last problem is just kind of like a word problem. It's showing us how these numbers would either be positive or negative. Okay? So, if you have $150 in your bank account, is that positive or negative? It's good, right? We have positive. So we start out with $150 in our bank account. Then we deposit. What does it mean to deposit for a bank account?
Take away.
Yeah, you put it in. You put the money in. That's what this young man said right next to me. He's right. So is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, her half and half. We put the money in to the bank. So does our bank account go up or down?
Up.
Up. So it's positive. Okay. What about withdraw? Right, that means we take it out of our account, so it's negative 250. All right? So, that is B right here. They didn't ask us to solve it, they asked us for what numerical expression makes sense. So if we've got, so even though C would also give us the same number answer at the end, minus a negative doesn't really make any sense for the positive. So the answer is B. Alright, any questions? Yes, no, maybe so? Alright, everyone want to say goodbye to the YouTube?
Bye.